I want to tell you something that nobody in personal finance will say out loud. The reason most people never build real wealth has nothing to do with how hard they work, nothing to do with how smart they are, and almost nothing to do with how much they earn. I know that because I have watched people earning $40,000 a year build real financial freedom. And I have watched people earning $140,000 a year have absolutely nothing to show for it at 50. The difference was never the salary. It was 8 rules. 8 rules that self-made millionaires follow quietly, that nobody ever taught in school, and that I am going to give you every single one of right now. Picture yourself 6 months from now, same job, same city, same life on the outside. But something is different. You check your bank account on a Tuesday evening, the way you always do, and for the first time in a long time, the number does not produce anxiety. There is a small buffer sitting there, a small investment account growing quietly in the background, a gap, not a large one yet, but a real one, between what comes in and what goes out. You did not get a raise. You did not start a business. You did not stumble onto some investment that changed everything overnight. You simply started following a different set of rules, these 8 rules. Let me show you exactly what they are. Self-made millionaires, the ones who built wealth on ordinary salaries without inheritance, without extraordinary luck, without a single viral moment. Almost all share these 8 principles, not as theory, as daily operating decisions. The gap between the person who reaches financial freedom on $50,000 a year and the person who never breaks through on $70,000 is almost never income. It is these 8 rules. And by the end of this video, you will have all of them. Rule 1. They decided what enough looked like before they started earning. You have been working for 5 years. Your salary has gone up 3 times. And every time it went up, your life adjusted to match it. Bigger apartment, better car, more evenings out, more subscriptions. The income grew, the savings did not. Because you never decided what enough looked like. You just spent up to whatever arrived. Every self-made millionaire I have ever studied defined their enough number before the money arrived. Not after, not when things settled down, before. They calculated the exact amount they needed to stop worrying about money. And they built every financial decision around reaching that specific number rather than consuming whatever was available. This is the difference between saving towards something real and saving whatever happens to survive the month. A named, specific number changes every financial decision you make. It gives you a direction. And direction, more than income, is what produces wealth. This week, write your number down, not a vague someday. A specific figure, the exact amount invested that would mean your money works so you do not have to. Write it on a card, put it in your wallet. Every financial decision you make from this point is either moving you toward that number or away from it. Rule 2. They paid themselves first, before any other commitment touched their income. Your paycheck lands. Within 48 hours, it has been divided. Rent, utilities, subscriptions, groceries, the round of drinks you said yes to, the online cart you forgot to empty. And then, at the end of the month, you open your banking app and think, where did it go again? The saving was supposed to happen at the end, but the end never has anything left in it. Self-made millionaires do not save what is left after spending. They spend what is left after saving. The moment income arrives, a predetermined percentage, 10% minimum, 20% where possible, moves automatically to an investment or savings account before a single discretionary dollar is spent. Not as a goal, as a non-negotiable fixed cost treated with the same seriousness as rent. Research consistently shows that people who automate savings before spending save 3 to 4 times more than people who save manually at month end. Not because they are more disciplined, because the system removes the decision entirely. You cannot spend what is already gone. Set up one automatic transfer today. before your next paycheck arrives. Even $50, even $25. The amount matters less than the habit. The habit scales with income. The absence of the habit never produces wealth at any income level. Rule 3. They understood that income is fuel, but the gap is the engine. You know someone earning more than you who has less than you. You have always found this slightly confusing because the logic most of us were raised with says more income equals more wealth. But the person you are thinking of right now disproves that logic every month. Their income is high, their gap is zero, and a gap of zero produces wealth at exactly the same rate regardless of the number above it. Wealth is not built from income. It is built from the gap between income and spending. The self-made millionaire on $60,000 per year who keeps a 20% gap is building wealth faster than the professional on $150,000 whose lifestyle has expanded to consume every dollar. The gap is the engine. Income is simply the fuel that feeds it. You can have enormous amounts of fuel with no engine. That is most high earners. You can have modest fuel with a powerful engine. That is how ordinary people build extraordinary financial outcomes. Calculate your gap right now. What percentage of your income do you actually keep? If the answer is less than 10%, that is your number one financial priority, not earning more. Protecting a gap. Even a 5% gap invested consistently over 20 years at 8% produces over $180,000 on a $50,000 salary. The gap is the engine. Protect it. Rule 4. They treated lifestyle inflation as the enemy, not as the reward. You got a raise last year, a real one, a meaningful increase that felt significant when it landed. And within 90 days, your life had quietly adjusted to absorb it. A better apartment, a newer phone, dinners out that became the new baseline. The raise was real. The improvement to your savings rate was almost invisible. This is not a personal failure. It is the most predictable financial pattern in human behavior. It has a name: lifestyle inflation. And it is the single biggest destroyer of wealth in the middle class. Every self-made millionaire I have studied applied the same formula to income increases. Split every raise in half. Half to modest lifestyle improvement, half immediately and automatically to wealth building. Not after the lifestyle upgrade has been locked in, the moment the raise arrives. This single habit, applied consistently across a career, is responsible for more ordinary wealth than any investment strategy ever devised. The next time your income increases, from a raise, a bonus, a side income, anything, split it before you feel it. Half to lifestyle, half to wealth, every single time, without exception. Rule 5. They invested in assets before they upgraded their lifestyle. Most people measure their financial progress by what they own: the car in the driveway, the apartment they upgraded to, the wardrobe that signals where they have arrived. These things feel like wealth. They look like wealth. But a car that loses 15% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot is not wealth. It is a depreciating liability wearing the costume of success. Before upgrading any lifestyle item, before the newer car, the bigger apartment, the renovated kitchen, self-made millionaires ask one question: does this put money in my pocket or take money out of my pocket? An asset puts money in. A liability takes money out. Their deliberate habit was to acquire assets first and upgrade liabilities only with what the assets produced. A person who invests $500 per month from age 25 at 8% average return has over $1.7 million by 65. The same $500 spent monthly on lifestyle upgrades produces zero. The decision to acquire an asset before upgrading a liability, made consistently over a career, is the entire mechanism behind most self-made wealth. Before your next significant purchase, ask whether it puts money in your pocket or takes it out. That question does not mean never spending on lifestyle. It means building the assets first that make the lifestyle sustainable. Rule 6. They protected their time the same way they protected their money. You are careful with your money, but how careful are you with the hours that produce it? How many of your working hours this week went toward something that genuinely builds your earning capacity? How many went toward things that kept you busy but not forward? Time and money are directly linked. You trade one for the other every day of your working life. And yet most people track their spending carefully, and their time not at all. Self-made millionaires treat their time as their most finite asset. They invest their discretionary time, the hours after their obligations are met, with the same intentionality they invest their money. Skill development that commands higher income, relationships that open doors that salary alone never can. Compounding knowledge that makes every future hour more valuable than the last. They understand that an extra hour of sleep consumed by mindless scrolling is not rest. It is the most expensive purchase most people make every single day. This week, identify one skill that your industry pays a premium for that you do not yet have. Spend 2 hours on it. Just 2. That is the beginning of the habit that builds human capital, the only asset that appreciates specifically because you pay attention to it. Rule 7, they never made a financial decision in an emotional state. You are stressed or excited or bored or celebrating or numbing something that happened at work. And in that state, in one of those states, you made a purchase that 2 weeks later you could not entirely justify. The spending felt earned in the moment, or it felt like relief, or it felt like you deserved it. And then the bank statement arrived, and the feeling had passed, but the cost had not. Every self-made millionaire I have studied used some version of a waiting rule for non-essential purchases. 24 hours minimum, 48 for anything significant. The rule is not about deprivation. It is about distinguishing between genuine desire and temporary emotional state. Because the research is unambiguous, emotional spending does not produce satisfaction. It produces a temporary reduction in discomfort, followed by a permanent reduction in your financial position. Make the rule now before you need it. Any non-essential purchase above $50, 24 hours. Any significant financial decision, 48 hours minimum. Not as a restriction. As a system that protects your future self from your present emotional state. Rule 8. They took complete ownership of their financial education and never stopped. Nobody taught you this in school. Not the compound interest that would have made every year you started investing earlier worth more than the year after. Not the difference between an asset and a liability. Not the tax-advantaged accounts that the wealthy use to build wealth in ways the ordinary person never learns about. Not the simple truth that a modest income consistently managed beats a high income inconsistently consumed every single time. They did not teach you this, and most people spend their entire lives not knowing that they were never meant to learn it there. The self-made millionaires who built wealth on ordinary incomes share one characteristic above all others. They took ownership of their financial education before anyone gave them permission to. They did not wait for a course. They did not wait for the right moment. They read one book, listened to one podcast, watched one video, and then they did it again the following month, not obsessively, just consistently. 1% better every single year. Financial literacy is not a destination. It is a practice. And the people who practice it consistently, even informally, even imperfectly, build financial outcomes that look completely disproportionate to the income they started with. You are watching this video. You have already started. The question is whether you continue. One new financial concept per month. That is the entire requirement. 12 months from now, you will know 12 things about money that most people you know have never been taught. And knowledge applied consistently produces wealth more reliably than income alone ever will. Go back to that Tuesday evening. You just got home. You are tired. You check your account. The number you see right now is not a verdict on your ability, your discipline, or your worth. It is a starting point. Every person who ever built something real from an ordinary income had a Tuesday evening exactly like yours. A number that did not reflect what they were capable of. A quiet question sitting in the back of their mind. And then they started following a different set of rules. 8 of them. You now have all 8. You do not have to apply all of them tomorrow. Pick one. The one that felt most like you were reading your own story. Apply it this week, because the gap between the person who builds wealth on an ordinary income and the person who never breaks through is not talent. It is not luck. It is not the salary. It is whether they started following a different set of rules. You just did.